Hi guys, I'll begin with you, Chris. So I was watching the show yesterday, which I loved, and my wife came in and said and asked what I was watching, and I kind of described the premise, and she went, "Oh, that's a really good idea." And that is the reaction, isn't it? It's one of those premises for a show. People go, "Oh, that sounds really good." Do you remember how you guys first kind of came up with it, and did you feel pretty quickly that you were sitting on something that had quite a lot of potential?
Yeah, what's funny about it is that it came up with it, like 11 or 12 years ago while we were working on Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, and it seemed like it would be a fun way to tell a murder mystery is, through all these different characters' eyes and each one with their own perspective. And that seemed like something I hadn't seen before. And so we wrote the script and we got really busy with making, all these other things. and and finally came back around to it, but we always came back to it because we knew that there was something really inherently interesting about it, and it's something you hadn't seen before. And we're always trying to find new ways of telling stories and bring audiences new things. And so it was really something that we never gave up on because it seemed like it had something special to it.
Yeah, and Phil, I mean, I was reading it originally. It was kind of the concept was that it might be pitched as a film. I mean, there's so much ground to go over here. At what stage did it become apparent actually to tell this story? It had to be over sort of multiple different parts.
Right. Once we saw that the script was 400 pages. No, I mean, the thing about it is it just gives you more chances to realize each character more fully. And I think in a show that really is about looking at people as closely as you can and to get past like your initial idea or stereotype about who they might be or how what they're about, a series gives you a chance to like literally spend an entire episode with each person and understand who they really are. And so we just thought it really served the material the best.
Yeah, I mean, I love that each episode obviously has a slightly altered genre style and visual experience to match the storyteller's personality. I mean, Chris, I'll sort of come to you. I mean, did it feel like you were creating lots of separate shows? Because I guess there was the fear of a show like this. There could be a sense of repetitiveness, but that's never the case when every episode is so different. And was there one style that you most enjoyed directing in?
Oh man, well, it was a really ambitious thing to do, and each episode had to be its own movie and had a whole different production challenges. Every episode had its own, camera and lighting and slightly different costumes in each episode. The music for each one was its own unique thing, and each one had its own challenges. Of doing an action movie one, you got to like plan out a car chase and a fist fight, or a musical where you have to compose all these songs and then have a choreography. Every single one of them was a challenge, but they were all so fun to do. I mean, the animation one especially with its own pipeline, completely separate from anything else, and that's always fun for us. Getting to work with our friends on the animation side of production as well, and so that was a really fun one to do. And I think probably the hardest one was the musical one, but also was the most fun to do because you're doing a big crazy dance number and you like look around and going like, what is happening today? But it's a lot of fun.
And just very, very quickly, because you mentioned animation, I just had to ask you a quick question about Spider-Verse Part 2, because the first one was so amazing. Obviously, the most recent Spider-Man opened up the whole multiverse concept. Is there a way for Miles to sort of meet Peter? Would that have to be live action, do you think? Or could there be a Who Framed Roger Rabbit style thing one day in the future?
Well, all things are possible in the multiverse. But I think, we're really psyched for those guys. And Amy Pascal, we make Spider-Verse with. And it's just another reminder of the power of that character around the world to sort of, that anyone can wear the mask. And I'm glad that we were right that multiverse stuff is cool.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for your time. Best luck with the release of the show.
Thanks, Stefan.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Take care.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey,